Welcome back to our channel. Today, the gates of Fairmont Crest open once again, unleashing a series of secrets, conspiracies, and emotional upheavals that no one could have foreseen. Just when everyone thought the storm had passed and peace had finally returned, a familiar name suddenly appears to prove otherwise. Leslie. With a brief but cryptic announcement, Leslie has thrown Fairmont Crest into chaos. What lies hidden behind her latest move? Is this merely a provocation, or the opening salvo in a war even more dangerous than anything that has happened before? While the hotel is in turmoil, Joey makes a tempting offer that could completely change Vanessa's future. Meanwhile, Deanna is desperately seeking advice before making a crucial decision. And amidst moments that seem worthy of celebration, fierce rivalry between siblings threatens to turn joy into conflict. What secrets are about to be revealed? Who will pay the price as the pieces begin to move? Join us as we explore the hottest developments of Beyond the Gates in the June 26th episode. Okay, no, this cannot be a coincidence anymore. I have been staring at the screen for hours, replaying the hospital scenes, the country club aftermath, the weirdly tense family gatherings, and my brain is just short-circuiting. Caught giving a piece of her liver to Eva on paper, sure, it's a beautiful story of sacrifice. A medical miracle. A family coming together after a devastating tornado. But if you look at the subtext, if you actually look at their faces, this is a textbook case of identity collapse. Cop Colby Nixon is playing this with such terrifying subtlety, has literally placed a piece of her own body inside Amber Michelle's Eva. They are connected now in a way that transcends normal human relationships. It is biological forced proximity. They understand each other better now, the show tells us, but let's be real. Nobody in this show says what they actually mean. This isn't about them becoming best friends or sudden sisterly soulmates. This is about emotional blackmail on a cellular level. Wait, why did the camera focus on that object? In the recovery room, there was a lingering shot, a heavy silence that felt like a trap. Eva is recovering, yes. But at what cost? She owes Cot her life. How do you ever disagree with someone who gave you an organ? You simply cannot. Cot holds the ultimate trump card for the rest of their natural lives. Every time Eva tries to assert her independence, all Cot has to do is touch her own side, wince a little, and the argument is over. It's manipulation through affection, disguised as a life-saving miracle. Let's really think about the liver transplant. The liver regenerates, right? That's the scientific fact. But emotional trauma doesn't regenerate. It just scars over. Cot is walking around with a physical wound and a scar that she will see every single time she looks in the mirror. And Eva. Eva has someone else's cells multiplying inside her. It's almost parasitic if you look at it through the lens of this family's toxic history. Does Eva wake up in the middle of the night feeling Cot's anxiety? They are tethered. If Cot spirals, does Eva feel the tug on the leash? And then we have Leslie. Trisha Mongrant is out here delivering an absolute masterclass in psychological warfare. She actually thanked Cot. Leslie thanked her. And she agreed to stop calling her Kitty Cot. She stood there and claimed it was an affectionate nickname. That smile looked fake. Like painfully fake. Affectionate. Are we joking? Hold on. I need to go back. I need to go back to every single interaction where Leslie purred Kitty Cot across a room. Let me talk about the history of Kitty Cot for a second. Think back to all those tense conversations. Cot would make a valid point, try to assert her boundaries, and Leslie would just tilt her head, give that condescending, sugary smile, and say the nickname. It was a dismissal. It was a weaponized diminutive. By dropping the nickname now, Leslie isn't conceding defeat. She is changing her strategy. She is disarming Cot. By stripping that away, Leslie is basically saying that Cot is now on the battlefield with the big dogs. Cot thinks she won a victory, but she just lost her armor. But that is absolutely nothing compared to the panic. The sheer, unadulterated panic caused by Leslie's announcement. What on earth did she say to make the entire room freeze like that? I have been spiraling over this for days, losing sleep over the micro-expressions of every character in that room. Is she rebuilding the house destroyed by the tornado? That makes sense, right? A fresh start, wiping away the physical wreckage to symbolize moving on. But I completely forgot why this mattered. The house isn't just a house, it's a monument to their buried trauma. Rebuilding it means digging up the foundation, literally and metaphorically. What if they find something? What if the tornado unearthed secrets that Leslie is desperately trying to pave over with new hardwood floors and forced family dinners? No, wait, that earlier scene changes this. The conversation about Barbara. What if Leslie's announcement isn't about the house at all? What if she is giving up her inheritance from Barbara's foundation? Can she actually walk away from that massive fortune? Think about the generational resentment simmering in this family. Leslie giving up the money would be the ultimate act of revenge disguised as forgiveness. It would pull the rug out from under everyone who relies on that wealth. Cot and Eva would be left reeling. Their entire future, their safety net, just vanished because Leslie had a sudden moral awakening. Please, it is a calculated move to watch them scramble. She wants to see who is truly loyal when the money dries up, and the fear of exposure. Is this the whole truth, or is Leslie hiding a massive, devastating twist behind this shocking announcement? I feel like I am losing my mind trying to put these pieces together. The emotional tension in that room wasn't just surprise. It was the kind of terror that only comes when a predator finally shows its teeth. I need to take a breath, my chest is tight just thinking about it. But I can't stop, because we have to talk about Joey and Vanessa. John Lindstrom and Lauren Buglioli are playing a completely different game of chess right now. The tornado hits, chaos ensues, and suddenly Vanessa is parading Joey around the country club, calling him a hero. A hero, Joey, the man who has spent half his life operating in the moral gray area. Vanessa is practically begging the Fairmont Crest elite to accept him, to see him the way she does. But Joey knows better. He says he doesn't need their validation. He plays the humble, misunderstood outsider so perfectly. But I think the latest episode hinted at this. He doesn't want their validation because he wants their power. He is playing a long game of emotional subjugation. Friday, Joey has an offer for Vanessa on Friday. What is it? My brain is going in a million directions. Is it about her kids? Her children despise Joey. They loathe his very presence in their mother's life. Is Joey going to offer to step away for the sake of her family? No, that's too noble. Joey doesn't do noble without a catch. Let's obsess over Friday for a second. Joey's offer to Vanessa feels like the linchpin of the whole season. Vanessa has been hungry to take over more of his empire. What if he is finally handing her the keys to the kingdom? But why? What is he buying with this empire? Her loyalty? Or is he setting her up to take the fall for something? It's emotional warfare. He is handing her a loaded gun and pointing it at her own children. He is giving her what she wants professionally, so she has to defend him personally against her own flesh and blood. It's emotional blackmail disguised as a promotion. And Vanessa is so blinded by her post-tornado survival high that she might just take it. She might actually choose the empire over her kids. That is the kind of identity collapse that destroys a family permanently. And speaking of people who hate Joey Deanna, Angela Fairley is breaking my heart, but she is also terrifying me. Her resentment towards Vanessa and Joey's relationship is radioactive. It is eating her alive from the inside. She is clinging to the ghost of her father, Doug, good old Doug, played by Jason Graham. Deanna is completely loyal to him, even though he's dead. Or is he? Look, we all know the unspoken rule of Fairmont Crest, unless we see a body. And even if we do see a body, there is always hope they are alive somewhere. I am officially on the conspiracy train that Doug is alive. Deanna's grief feels unresolved. too jagged. She is seeking advice from someone she trusts, but who? Who is left that isn't compromised by Joey's money or Vanessa's influence? Will this mystery mentor help her accept her mother's happiness, or will they hand her the gasoline to burn Vanessa's new life to the ground? Jason Graham's presence is still felt in every room Deanna walks into. She is carrying his ghost like a shield against Joey, but why? Is it just grief, or is it a subconscious fear that if she accepts Joey, Doug will truly be dead? I am telling you, the way the writers keep having Deanna bring him up is a breadcrumb trail. If Doug is alive, where has he been? Has he been watching Vanessa move on? Has he been watching Joey take over his life? If Deanna finds out he's alive, she won't just ruin Vanessa's relationship. She will orchestrate a hostile takeover of her mother's entire reality. I am so emotionally exhausted. Every conversation is a manipulation tactic. Every breakdown is a clue. I feel like I'm trying to solve a crime, but the victim is just everyone's sanity. Let's pivot. Let's look at the seemingly happy side of Fairmont Crest, the Dupree family. They are celebrating Cott's liver transplant to Eva was a success. Martin Brandon Claiborne, looking like the weight of the world is on his shoulders, won the primary election. It's a moment of light after so much darkness. They are toasting to victory, to life, to survival, but I can't trust it. I just can't. The lighting was too warm. The smiles were too wide. Brandon Claiborne is playing this victorious politician, but look at his eyes in that scene. He won the primary. Do you know what winning a primary in Fairmont Crest means? It means you just painted a giant, glowing target on your back. The Dupree family is celebrating, eating cake, clinking glasses, but Martin knows that his political rivals are digging into his family's closets right now. And what a closet it is! A sister who just had a controversial transplant, a mother figure in Leslie who is about to drop a nuclear announcement about a massive inheritance. Martin's campaign is built on a foundation of sand, because right beneath this celebration, the show is teasing a massive sibling rivalry. And there are so many options, it makes my head spin. Who is going to tear each other apart? Is it Martin, Cott, and Eva, the golden boy politician, the organ donor, and the grateful recipient? That dynamic is a ticking time bomb. What if Martin's political ambitions require him to throw his sisters under the bus? What if the public finds out about the messy realities of Cott and Eva's relationship? Or is it Naomi and Chelsea, Ariel Prophet and Rhonda Rose Mantilla have this incredible, crackling tension whenever they share a screen? We haven't even scratched the surface of their buried resentments. Or Deanna and Donald, Tyrell and Samantha, Jacob and Isaiah, Nicole and Donnie. Why are there so many siblings in this town, and why do they all seem like they are one bad day away from a Shakespearean tragedy? Wait, let me look at Deanna and Donald again. Deanna is spiraling over Joey and Vanessa. What if Donald takes Vanessa's side? What if the sibling rivalry that explodes is rooted in the acceptance of Joey? Deanna is holding onto Doug's memory, while Donald might just want peace. That would destroy them. No, hold on. I need to rethink the Cott and Eva angle. The connection they share now. What if the rivalry isn't about hatred, but about a toxic, suffocating love? Eva might start to resent Cott for the constant, silent reminder of her debt. Cott might start to feel entitled to Eva's choices. It's generational trauma mutating into sibling warfare. Jaden Lucas Miller and Najah Jackson have been hovering on the edges of this drama as Tyrell and Samantha, absorbing the toxicity of the older generation. Are they going to repeat the cycle? What about Jacob and Isaiah? Jibber Horges and Lami are bringing such intense, quiet energy to the screen. Quiet energy is always the most dangerous. It means they are observing. They are collecting ammunition. And Nicole and Donnie. Daphne Duplex and Carla Mosley could burn this entire town to the ground if they wanted to. What if the sibling rivalry isn't just one pair? What if it's a contagion? What if the tornado didn't just destroy buildings? What if it fractured the psychological bonds of every single family in Fairmont Crest? I completely forgot about the foundation money. If Leslie gives up Barbara's fortune, the Dupree family's celebration could turn into a bloodbath. Martin's political campaign needs funding. Cott and Eva need stability. If Leslie pulls the plug, the sibling rivalry won't just be emotional. It will be a desperate fight for whatever scraps are left. I am pacing. I am literally pacing around my room right now. Every single thread connects back to manipulation. Leslie manipulating Cott with the withdrawal of a nickname. Joey manipulating Vanessa with the promise of an empire. Deanna being manipulated by her own unresolved grief over Doug. That smile, Leslie's smile when she said she wouldn't call her Kitty Cott anymore. It haunts me. It was the smile of someone who just locked the door from the outside. They are all trapped in Fairmont Crest, trapped by their bloodlines, their secrets, and their desperate need to be loved by the people who hurt them the most. I don't know if I can handle the next episode. I feel like we are on the verge of something devastating. A revelation that will recontextualize everything we've seen so far. If Doug walks through that door, or if Leslie's announcement is that she sold the land to Joey, I will lose my mind. I am already losing my mind. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything is a trap. We just have to wait for the jaws to snap shut.